Hello once again, listeners. Today we're going to talk about politics. I'm going to give a little political commentary on the third debate between Romney and Obama. The debate happened last Monday, and the questions that were posed were about foreign affairs. So what's going to happen is I'm going to read the question off that Schaefer asked, and then I'm going to read the response that Obama gave, and then the response that Romney gave. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why I believe one argument was stronger than the other, and who won the question. Now, the first question that I'm going to do is, the war in Syria has spilled over in Libya. Should we reassess our policy and see if we can better influence events there, or is this even possible? Obama says, we've mobilized sanctions against that government. We have made sure that they are isolated. Syrians are going to have to determine their own future, but we also have to recognize that, for us to get more entangled militarily in Syria is a serious step. And we have to do so making absolutely certain that we know who we are helping, that we're not putting arms in the hands of folks who could eventually turn them against us or allies in the region. And his evidence that he used is actually a story about Gaddafi and how he handled the situation in Libya with this same tactic and how it actually ended up working out for him. Romney's response was, the right course for us is working through our partners and with our own resources to identify responsible parties in Syria, organize them, bring them together in a form of, if not government, some sort of council, and then make sure that they have the same arms necessary to defend themselves. We do need to make sure that they don't have arms that get into the wrong hands. Those arms could be used to hurt us down the road. His evidence was a few statistics about a Syrian attack that happened recently. Now, what I believe happened in this debate is that Obama won this question, mostly because he used very inclusive wording, and there were several specific stories about his tactics for Syria and how they worked in Libya. So the fact that we are taking a leadership stance with Syria right now is actually working out for us. So when the question was passed off to Romney, he basically ended up just agreeing with everything Obama said, just in different words. So I think that Romney approached the question the best he could, considering he agreed with the commander-in-chief, and actually, in my opinion, kind of helped his position because he played the likability card. And I believe that Obama won this question just because of his confidence and the fact that he's dealing with this situation right now in office. So the fluidity of his argument with this, he was prepared for this question, it seemed like, and the evidence that he provided really did tweak. Rather than just being a statistic of numbers, it was a story of how his idea actually worked. And he used the fact that no change needs to happen to make things better with Syria, that we're doing all that we can and we're taking a leadership stance. And people like to hear that no change needs to be made. People are afraid of change. And when they hear that something's going right and the way that someone is doing something is actually working out, people tend to side with them, which is kind of what Romney did, and it's kind of what made him lose.